It is a beautiful fall day. It's about 11:30. It's October 4th, and I just want to show you guys how everything is growing. We have some leaves already turning here, up here in western North Carolina, and then I have my little hens down here, 4 hens. We're getting a little over a dozen eggs a week, and those are I think about 2 years old now. So I have some new chicks in my garage, and so they will replace that flock. I'll go ahead and show you here. This was where I had some peppers growing, and I plan to use this next year for peppers as well as that one. So I'll have 2 planters. I'll clean the soil out of both of those because I had the disease problem, and I don't want to replant peppers in the same soil where I had a disease. So I'll put the soil somewhere else in my yard, and then I will clean and sanitize these planters and put new soil in there, and they'll be ready to go for next year. Okay, and I'm just leaving some things in here, like let's see, this little tomato plant, and then some arugula. Whatever dies in here, won't make it through the winter. That'll be fine. And then over here, of course, I have some Chinese cabbage at the top here, which I can just pull off leaves as needed. These probably will not head up for me like they will in my raised bed, because this is a real big heading cabbage. It's the Chinese Napa cabbage. The bok choy does great in the GreenStalks, but I did not plant that this year. So I can just take a leaf off here and there, slice it up, put it in soup or in stir fries, and that's perfectly fine for my what I need to use it for. Okay, and then some crisp lettuce here. I've been pulling leaves and putting those in salads, even though these head up real nice. And this is the one I grew earlier in the year. Had beautiful heads of lettuce. And then cilantro is up and growing, looking pretty good, as well as the carrots, which I've thinned to 3 per pocket. Okay, I grow those 3 per pocket. And I pulled out some of the cucumber plants from one of those other planters I just showed you, and here's what I ended up with. So that would have been my final harvest of cucumbers. Okay, and of course the leeks are hanging in there. Those will go into a soup here very soon. I can't wait to make a nice soup with those. Lots of turnip greens in this GreenStalk, along with parsley. Doing really nice this time of year. Loving the cool temperatures. And then, of course, all of the nasturtiums have been doing great. Okay. Now I'm slowly transitioning my base of my GreenStalks from a mover to the spinner mover combination with wheels, and they are just wonderful. So here's what I'm slowly transferring all of my GreenStalks to. This just makes it so much easier, especially on the patio. If I need to tend to my plants, I can just spin them around like that. Okay, and I just love them because this small space, I don't have a lot of room to walk around like I did in my lower driveway. So with the spinner, it just makes it so easy to give them different sun exposure if I need to. Like, for instance, they may want a little bit more sun, morning sun, so I can just do them that way. If I need to mist newly planted seeds, real easy just to turn it. Okay, and I can still move them around. I'm always constantly moving all of these around, so they just roll very easily for me. And then more turnip greens over here in this one, along with parsley. This is a leaf planter, and this is on the mover, so it doesn't spin around quite as easily. I can still move it around, but just not as easily as with the spinner combination. And fennel. Don't know that this is going to bulb up real nice for me, but I like to pull fennel out, take that bulb and thinly slice it and blanch it just a tiny bit. You know, drop it in some boiling water for just a few 30 seconds maybe to a minute, and then put it in some ice water, let it stop cooking, and then I can throw that in a salad. It's just a little bit too tough for me sometimes if I don't cook it first for a salad or something like that. And then, of course, all these beautiful scallions up here, and arugula, which I have just been loving all the arugula. And this time of year, you notice a lot of your plants, they might start to turn a burgundy or a purple color. Okay, that's just lets you know that the cold weather has been setting in, that it has arrived. So This one has the spinner combination mover base. Okay, and those are available, of course, on the GreenStalk website. And then more of the lettuce there. All right, and then my spinach GreenStalks over here, and the original GreenStalks. Now you'll notice that I put the little plant supports on some of these, and just getting them ready for a frost cover to see if I can extend their growing season a little bit. I would have liked to see my spinach a little bit bigger at this point in the season. The soil that I used in these particular GreenStalks, I refreshed it, and they're just not doing as well as they normally do. The soil didn't have enough, I guess you would say, like the vermiculite in it. So that's a gardener's error there, but I don't know, maybe they'll take off. Some of them are looking pretty good here. Okay, and then we have sweet potato slips back here. All of them are turning like an orange, burgundy, purple color. And I have some arugula. I never quite got in the garden, so I might find somewhere to put that. And then over here is a huge radish that I pulled out of the GreenStalk the other day. I think that was in the leaf also. So that's a radish for you, a big radish. All right, over here I have one of my ginger plants. I moved the other one indoors, and you can kind of see right here. It's just right there enjoying that morning sun. Tarragon, I cut all the dead old woody brown growth off, and now I have a lot of new green growth coming out of there. Okay. And then the sweet potatoes. I went ahead and moved these over here, and I dug down in here just the other day to see if there were any potatoes forming. I think it was in the 3rd tier, and I pulled out a vine there and nothing. There were no potatoes in there, so I was so disappointed. I just decided to move it over here. There may not be any sweet potatoes in here to harvest this year. I don't know, but I'll keep you guys updated. I know I'm growing a lot in some other raised beds, so I'll have sweet potatoes this fall. I just might not have them from here. Now, you guys know I grow regular potatoes all the time in the GreenStalk. It's one of my favorite things to grow, as a matter of fact. But just don't know if the sweet potatoes are going to do well or not. And make sure, if you're subscribed to my channel, that you hit that bell off to the right of the subscribe button and click all notifications, so you'll get my updates from my community tab. And that's real important, because sometimes I don't do a video, but I want to keep you guys informed on things that I'm growing or things that are happening behind the scenes. And if you click all notifications, once you click that bell, you'll be informed of some of my behind the scenes shots and photos and that kind of thing. Okay, and then over here is rosemary. Okay, really nice, huge rosemary. Sometimes that makes it through my climate, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on the variety, and I'm not real sure which one that one was. I think ARP does real well in cold climates, ARP. And then, of course, this is the little orange tree, Valencia orange tree, and my green bean plant here, along with some more cabbage leaves back here. Probably won't head up in this little container, but I have been enjoying green beans from some of my other plants, and of course this one. Okay, and then up here we have wasp nests right behind our light fixture, so we've got to get rid of that. Lots of wasps back there. Alright, so there you go. And remember, you can get $10 off of a GreenStalk when you use my code rainbowgardens at checkout. Please use my link to get to the website, and I'll get credit for you visiting. Okay? And I thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a beautiful day.